So welcome to my first installment of Sane in Columbia or Loren Spouts Off. Now, why do I have two different names? I don't know. When I was setting these things up, it was all so confusing. Yeah, I've been doing this for 4 years, but there's differences in this and the platform. And this one was set up primarily to operate on Facebook because I've never done that before. So anyway, I end up with two. The @ on Facebook required. So, what's the name? I put Loren Spouts Off. Loren sounds off. I don't know. So I come up with that. And then it has, you got to fill out the @ something, and it's got to be different. So I don't know. And whatever I put in, it said, oh, it's taken. So I'm thinking, I'm getting insane here in Columbia. And say, well, I don't want to say that. But I say, okay, sane in Columbia. And of course, part of the reason to be sane in Columbia is because I'm all-knowing, all-wise, and I have all the answers. I'm the only one sane. So, yeah, okay. So anyway, welcome to Sane in Columbia. And I told you in the introduction video that this is going to be whatever I feel like or whatever you suggest to me. And so today I'm going to do what I do for about 10 minutes a day. I skim through Facebook and I look at the memes. Usually there's a funny one here or there, and it gets me a smile, and I get my smile, I get up and I go make my coffee. So I'm going to share with you the memes that I looked at over this past week. And let's see, we want to click on something here. All right. So here's the first one. Let's all stay inside until people never die again. All right. This one's not so funny. As a matter of fact, it's kind of sad because it's kind of true. It's kind of true. Yeah, it's hard to understand why when study after study and all these so-called experts come out and say, you got so much higher chance, like up to around 70% more chance of getting sick if you're inside. That's where you're going to catch it. And what do? They got everybody locked inside. I don't know. Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. Let's move on. So what's our next one here? Come on. I know you can do it. There we go. You expect us to believe that a person off the street walked into a NASCAR garage that's probably got over $2 million in cars, tools, equipment, past security, past cameras, and placed a noose in Bubba Wallace's garage? Sure. Now, what's interesting about this one is this meme came out days ago, and they only released the explanation after the investigation, yesterday, as of I'm making this video. And so there was a lot of people that were pretty doubtful, and that's because since 2015, not counting Jesse or Juicy Smollett, there's been six reported to the FBI cases of nooses. All 6 have turned out to be false. All 6 have turned out to be hoaxes. And here it's like here we got yet another one. And the Jesse Smollett really, brought it to light. And if you believe, like I do, that there's concerted efforts to try to inject race into our society for reasons of destruction and anarchy, yeah, I kind of believe that, then this all plays along with it. So what happened here? What was the investigation? Well, the investigation came out that it's a garage door pull. Now, I don't know if you know, I know I've spent my life in garages. You've got, most of them are electrically operated. Some aren't. Some are manually operated, in which case you have this long rope or a chain, and it could be a loop chain that you have to like chain fall, or it could be a rope and you pull the thing down. But on the electrically operated ones, you usually still have a rope in case, you know, the motor fails or there's a problem. You need to get it down. You can't sit there and wait for the repairman who may not show up for 3 days. So that's pretty common. And this noose turns out to be something that was there long before he actually got into the NASCAR scene and was assigned that garage. They've got video clips of the thing going back at the very least last year when Nemechek was in that garage, and it had that very same thing. And if you actually look at it, which I did, I kind of blew it up. It's not a noose, which has a certain number of loops around it. It's a slip knot, which, you know, if you're ever been a Boy Scout, you know what that is. So that's what you would kind of expect there. So, you know, and he's on the news and he's still saying, well, I know a noose when I see one. No, apparently you don't. So here was another one that when I saw it, nothing was known yet, but, you know, I'm thinking, you know, I'm really kind of sick of this stuff. And so when I saw it, did not cheer me up. You know, let's give it a score. We'll give this one a 4 because it was a little clairvoyant. So I'll give it a 4 for that. But as far as, you know, really kind of hitting home for me, it just didn't do it. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right. This one I like. This one came out for Father's Day, or at least that's when I saw it, Sunday. Father's Day Lunchables. What do you get for the Lunchable? A couple cans of beer, a potato, and a steak. Now, I might complain about that potato, except I love potatoes. So this packet is kind of perfect. Maybe a piece of cheese there, but, you know, outside of that, this is pretty awesome. So, well, it wasn't that funny. I'd give this one a B+. That ribeye looking good. All right. I see this one on YouTube and I'm thinking, come on, you know, it's like poop humor. Didn't we get past that in like 6th grade? Well, not really, I guess. But, you know, I look at this and just, you know, it's just not good. Poop like a champion, ultra fiber cereal. And then I find out this is a real cereal. Google it if you don't believe me. And it's known for like the highest content fiber in the world or something. I don't know. So this meme wasn't so much a meme as it's, you know, it's probably put out there by the people who are making poop like a champion, and you wanted, you know, free viral advertisements. I don't know. I give this one like a -2. Meh. Okay, this was down here, and this says that basically the virus is going to be the death of capitalism. And then you look at the second compartment, capitalism, COVID-19 essentials. And this one was kind of funny to me because you go to a mall and it's like every other week you get some new kiosk or some new, you know, they're constantly moving businesses in and out. And I could just see this. Now, is this a real one? I don't know, but you know what? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put it past somebody for coming up with a store that's got face mask and cleaner so this one actually, you know, kind of made me chuckle. So I give this one like a B+. Okay, now half of you are not going to think this is funny. The other half are going to think it's hilarious. The first part, Democrats shooting Democrat cities. Okay, you know, it's like there's an argument for that. It's funny, but, you know, if you're a Democrat, you're going to look at that and you're going to go, well, I don't care if it's true. I'm still mad, you know. But then you get to the second part, and I don't care who you are, you got to laugh at this. Democrats shoot the Democrat cities. They're laying there. And then the second part was, why would Trump do this? That was funny. That was funny because that's pretty much how it is. I give that one like a 9 out of 10. All right, this one. This, another unfunny one. Christopher Columbus died in 1506. If he's ruining your happiness in 2020, you need to seek therapy. Okay, so this is probably true. I won't even say probably. Yeah, this is true. This is valid. But I look at it and go, yeah, we already know that. So, no, just didn't do it for me. I'll give it a 1. All right, you gotta love this. It's not timely. It's not political. It's not any current topic. It's just a timeless classic. Where some will, run for a week maybe. This one will run forever. Never screw around with super glue. Live long and prosper. For nostalgia purposes only, I give this a 95 out of 100. And it made me smile. Okay, another one down here. It says, after the quarantine and all the handouts you got, the banks and the telephone and the gas and the lights and the water and the rent. Okay, another one, absolutely unfunny. So sad because it's absolutely true. It's a mess. It's a mess down here. In Ecuador, you got people dying of starvation. Fortunately, we're seeing very little of that down here, although there was a small town not too far from here, a couple-hour drive, that had 6 kids die of starvation 2-3 weeks ago. So there's definitely an issue, far less in Colombia than in Ecuador. And a quick plug, a quick promotion. Those of you that know me know that I was the vice president of a foundation in Ecuador. I've stepped down from the position, but I still help them. It's called the San Martin Foundation. And what we originally started up for was to get street kids off the streets and back into schools. And there's very specific reasons why there is that situation, and we are able to address it. So we started the foundation over 3 years ago. We had a meeting a month or so ago via Zoom, and they invited me to be in it because they wanted my help. Even though I'm not in Ecuador. And they've changed the charter because there's so many kids, families, but kids that are going days and days without food, and starvation is happening right in the city of Cuenca. And so I set up an air funding page. It's kind of like a GoFundMe. And we've raised $540 in the last couple weeks. So if any of you are watching that contributed to that, thank you so much. $7 buys about a week's worth of groceries for a family of 4. Okay, so sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but life is still real. Why do you think I'm looking for smiles? This one made me smile. Sweet pea, and I'm staring at the tattoo and I'm not reading the thing below. And so I go, why would somebody do that? Spelling matters. One mistake and it's you're ruined. Ruined. Yeah, that one cracked me up. That's love that one. We could spend an hour on bad tattoos. All right, here's one. My partying friend in North Carolina, in Hickory, North Carolina. He puts up all kinds of things that are funny, but a little problematic for me to run on this channel. A little risque, but he likes to party. He used to be that guy all the time. Now it's more, I think he talks about being that guy. However, so I look at this and it says, me if I had a badge for every drunk adventure I'd survived. Yeah. Okay, I look at it, it didn't make me laugh. The picture is just, so score on this one. When I think of him in this, I think, okay, B+, but, just this meme, I give it a C-. Yeah, just, it's not my world. Or at least it's not my world anymore. Okay, this one I laughed. He was winning, so I got mad. Chicken soup. Yeah, I love that. I can relate to that. Cats piss me off, and I'm ready for fresh tacos. This one, I give it a 80%. Uno. All right, here's another one that's kind of timeless, and it's like I wasn't hilarious, but a little curl and one drink and we go home. 5:45 in the morning. Okay, all right, it's funny. It just made me laugh a little more than a curl. When I when I look at that picture of these guys, I don't know. It reminds me of a food fight in an old folks home or something. It's funny. All right, I'm going to give this one a 99 out of 100. Okay, what else we got? Come on, move along here. All right, this one, I should have hidden that, but it's too late. So you've got a pretty interesting, serious comment here: white, black, straight, gay, religious, atheist. And so I'm looking at that, and I'm reading it that way. I started from left to right, and then I get to the last one, Lieutenant Dan, and all of a sudden, all right, we've got this obvious statement that, it's like we all have red blood, and, that. And here I get to Lieutenant Dan, and that cracked me up. Again, we get the nostalgia factor in there. Who doesn't love Lieutenant Dan? And I don't know. I love this. I love this meme. It wasn't a roll on the floor guffaw, but I give this one an A. Yeah, Lieutenant Dan. Okay, here's a prime example of a meme that was funny for about 3 days. Now, I don't know how many of you even remember, but it was all the talk for all of a couple news cycles about the killer hornets. So at that time, this was probably funny because you got the riots overlapping with the killer hornet stories, but that went away real quick. So I look at it, it was funny in its context, but it had no longevity because nobody cares about the killer hornet when the mob's outside your door turning your car over and shooting bullets through your windows. So, I got to give this one, I give it a C. I can't do better than that because, this one I liked. People returning bottles and cans after the end of COVID-19. I love that. Kind of speaks for itself. So I give this one 7 out of 10. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's my meme review for the day. None of them were all that hilarious, but I got a couple chuckles out of it. Hope you found it interesting. If not, didn't mean to waste your time. I have coming up, and I wanted to do it for the first one, but I have something to say about what's going on in the United States right now. And I'm a history buff. Most of my life, not all of my life, I've been kind of obsessed with history. And when I hear something, I have to research it. I don't believe anybody because it's always, somebody inflects their take on it. So, I always look for sources. And what's going on in the United States, I've been following for about better than 30 years. And I see all the time people saying, I don't know what this is about. I don't know where it's coming from. Why would somebody be like this? Why are politicians doing what they're doing? Why? And it's pretty freaking obvious. And so I want to do a video on that because I'm not seeing anybody really talk about it. And it'll probably be about a 10 or 12 minute video. Try not to get too preachy. But I'll say it the way I see it. And then you're free to go and source me on anything that you want and call me out on it. But I'll beat you to it because I've already sourced everything to form my own opinions. So that's it for today. I hope you have a good day. And